students, I welcome you all to the day 9 of Engineering Foundation program. So as you all know, today's session is with career counseling. So we'll get some insights. So today we have with us Mr. Sudhi sir. So he's having a BTech in Electrical Engineering from IIT Madras, and he is currently working as head counselor at Amrita Vishwa Vidyapeetham. So he comes with almost 4 years of experience, primarily into higher education, CSR, NGO schools. And he has also got hands-on experience in career guidance sessions and handling counseling teams. So I'm sure that you'll be able to clear all your doubts regarding your career. So stay tuned to today's session and do clear your doubts. So over to you, sir. So I welcome you once again.
Thank you, Lakshmi, for that wonderful introduction. And good evening to all the students who are eagerly waiting today to hear what I'm going to say and all, because all of you are aspiring engineers, aspiring to get more information regarding engineer or want to reach a proper heights by studying engineering. And also all of you are in the right path. Actually, if you have taken your time to listen to this session, it means all of you are very much interested in this. I know you have having a lot of doubts, maybe fears and dilemma regarding what branch in engineering is good, which branch is having more opportunities. All these doubts you might be having, and your parents will be suggesting only computer science is better, or your relatives will be suggesting only mechanical. If you join mechanical, you won't be having any jobs. All these things you might be hearing from a lot of people and all, maybe from your relatives or from your parents' experiences. They have a particular idea. So to clear all these things, first thing is have a clear mindset. Each and every engineering branch is having its own unique opportunities, either in terms of research, either in terms of job, either in terms of earning capabilities. Every branch is equal as of now today. But the thing is, there are some branches which are booming, but people think these branches are completely different. But one thing you should understand, all these branches are right now correlated or have a relation between themselves. Whether you are working as a civil engineer, you should have an idea about technology, or whether you are working as a biomedical engineer also, you should have an idea about technology. Okay, so these things you should have an idea. So today's session is entirely based on, look, what are the different engineering branches, prominent engineering branches, because I can't talk about each and every engineering branch. Prominent engineering branches that are available today in our campus, and how you need to make a decision. The main thing is, when you are making a decision about like this, it's very important you should understand what kind of course structure will be there, what kind of placement opportunities will be there, and what kind of higher academic opportunities will be there. You need to understand. So before going forward, just let me show you a brief video about our university. So I'll be showing you a brief video about our university. Of course, all of you know the prominence of our university as of now. Please watch this video.
There's a place where the best minds come together, work to end inequalities, work towards transforming lives. This is a place recognized as one of the world's best universities. This is Amrita, now ranked among the top 100 universities in the world and ranked #1 in India. Amrita University.
I hope all of you know about our university. We are one of the topmost university. I think we are having 6 campuses spread across 3 states. I think we have collaborated with a lot more foreign universities also, because you might be having an option or an aim to study in abroad also. That also we will be encouraging. We will be giving scholarships to you. If you are studying abroad, you can pursue your last year of your engineering abroad, or you can pursue your MS or PhD there. We will be recommending you, our professors will be recommending you there. Okay, so first and foremost, I want to today discuss about computer science engineering. Okay, what it is, people are so much hyped about computer science engineering, like there is no other department apart from computer science engineering. Everybody will be now aiming for, I want to study computer science, I want to study only computer science and artificial intelligence. What it makes this branch the most sought after? Because it is one of the most trending discipline, not because of the name, it's because of the opportunities. Because right now computer science people are having huge opportunities, because the current trend people, usually if you are getting into computer science, the first thing of your life, or after you are completing your UG, you will be doing or working with a system. Either you are developing a software, or developing an algorithm, or working on networks, or developing an app, developing a web page. So these kind of software development works you will be doing. Main thing is you should have ample knowledge about programming languages. I want to ask today, how many of you know at least one programming language? I'm not asking about what programming language names, at least you have basics of a programming language. Please raise your hand. At least you know a programming language, basics of a programming language. Please raise your hand. So only 25 participants, 28, 30 out of 130 participants, 35 participants. It's good to see, because it's hard to cope up with this competitive culture we are in today. For everything there is huge competition. Until unless you got the basics and fundamentals right, it's hard to develop the concept. Okay, so now if you are really interested in computer science, take the free time you have at home or during the holidays, learn the uh, basics of these programming languages. Take Python or take C++. Learn these things during free time. You have open resources available in internet, you have apps available today. Learn these programming languages and all. And main thing is, CSE, you might be designing hardware also, not only software aspects, but that comes into information systems and all. If you are joining computer science, there are two groups, either it's Bachelor of Engineering or Bachelor of Technology. In Amrita, we are offering only Bachelor of Technology, and you can do MTech also in computer science. There are different specializations for that, or you can do PhD also. The most prominent specializations today people do PhDs or MTechs are artificial intelligence, computer network and securities and all, human computer interaction, all the specializations, lots of specializations is there. But one thing you should understand is, if you are really interested in computer science, you should have good programming language skills. Otherwise, it's hard to survive. That is one important thing which you note down if you are really interested in computer science. Now, let's see what kind of course structure you will be having, because you should understand this course structure also. Why it is important? Because whenever you are going or planning for a trip, you will be understanding, or you will be planning your train tickets, or you will be planning your bus tickets. You will book them way before. You will understand what kind of path we will be going in, where we need to stop, where we need to buy our groceries, or where we need to refill our food or something. Likewise, you will plan everything. Likewise, when you are aiming to become a software engineer, you should think about what kind of course structure might help you, what kind of course structure will make you a better programmer or better software engineer or better computer science graduate. So these are the course structures: data structure and algorithms, and design analysis of algorithms, computer architectures, computer network, operating systems. How many people know at least four operating systems are available for us to work on? At least people know. Oh, how many people know? Okay, this is not the right question. I think all of you lower your hands. I want to know how many people know about Linux and Ubuntu. How many people know about Linux and Ubuntu? These are all two operating systems, or at least iOS. Only 6 to 7 people. Okay, 10 people I see. So iOS means people are raising because it's used in our iPhones and all, and MacBooks and all. So Linux and Ubuntu are the open house, so operating systems which are available. You can use them, you can work them. Usually all the programmers tend to use these open source uh, operating systems only, Linux or Ubuntu only. You don't get to see a Windows programmer usually. A hardcore programmer usually uses Linux or Ubuntu. Likewise, artificial intelligence is one major thing which you will be learning in computer science. There is a specialized course also, branch also in Amrita for artificial intelligence, like computer science in AI, computer science in cyber security is there, and that branches also is available. And database systems, you will be learning about computer networks, compiler designs, and logic designs. This is the basic core structure you will be learning. See, look at the core structure. Everything involves a programming language. Everything involves mathematical knowledge also. People tend to ignore math is required because algorithms are nothing but maths only. You need to solve the complex solutions using all the algorithms. If you see anything, either it's Uber or Facebook, or either it's Netflix, there is an algorithm behind it, how it runs, how it displays everything. So algorithms are very much key in designing a new app or new solution. If you should have good algorithm knowledge, or if you have to come up with good algorithms, you should have good mathematics knowledge also. Maths, programming language, if you have, it's easy to get good job opportunities in computer science. Let's look about what kind of career options are there. If you complete a computer science engineering, you can just become a software engineer, or you can become a software tester. People doesn't know software testers and all, but software testers also are in high demand. What these people will be doing is, suppose we have developed the game, we need to give it for testing. Somebody needs to play and find out the loopholes in the software and tell them, in this code, in this line, there is an error, rectify it. That kind of software testers are also there right now, because there will be thousands and thousands of lines. When we are developing a new product, it's hard to rectify it. Once we have rectified, we feel everything is nice for our eyes. If we develop something or if we create something for our eyes, it's beautiful. But from other perspective, there will be testers who test it and find out all the errors which are there. So software testers, mobile application developers, huge scope for there for mobile application developers. People think there are infinite apps now, why we require one more app? Look at all the innovations today, either it's Uber, Ola, Zomato. All these people are causing some disruption. Why? They have challenged the traditional ways, what they have done. So people used to usually not book this cabs and all. Now people can't live without Uber and Ola, or this ride sharing apps. Now everybody is using this ride sharing apps, uh, because it became part of our life. Or everybody using this Swiggy, Zomato and all. It changed, it challenged the way which we order food. Before, we used to call the restaurant number, we don't know where our order is, or either it's coming or not, or either it's getting delayed or not, we don't know. Now we have each and every facility, we can track our food. Once we order it, where is it, did the delivery guy picked it up or not? So this kind of challenging, I mean, traditional uh, ways, changing solutions are required. There are a lot of problems still, we today face a lot more problems. Our humanity faces a lot more problems. How you can solve them using technology is very much vital. Who can do it are the engineers who are getting this technological knowledge through these various course structures which they are getting from computer science, or from mechanical engineering, or any degree which you are getting, BTech degree. You need to solve out the problems which we are facing using the things which you have learned. That is vital. It's not about just getting a job. What you will do in the job, you need to come up with solutions. You need to create products. You need to create new inventions, or come up with new innovations, or make some new discoveries. That is what you should aim for. Do not just aim for a job. So be a change maker, or be the person who creates job for people. That's what you should aim for. Next one is IT administrator, website developer. These are traditional job roles which are available, but now there are new job roles available today. Front end developer, back end developer. So a lot of things are there, but these are the traditional roles which you can get into as a computer science engineer. I know what kind of companies, if I ask you, all of you people know in computer science means what are the big companies which can take you: Google, Microsoft, Yahoo, Facebook, Amazon, Oracle. So a lot more companies hire you if you are a computer science graduate. So this is the main information for a computer science engineer. But what is there in hand for other people who are completely interested in artificial intelligence, completely interested in cyber security? See, the course structure will be almost similar to computer science only. So computer science AI means people will become confused. AI means there be a different course structure? Of course, there will be different course structure, but what will be there is there will be more subject based knowledge given on artificial intelligence. If I ask you what is artificial intelligence, I don't know how many people know. I will give a clear example, like how I can explain it to you. So if our laptop or if our system or if our mobile phone needs to work, we need an operating system, right? Which is an OS. Likewise, if a robot needs to work, if a software needs to work, what is that required that to work is artificial intelligence. If a robot, a humanoid, a drone, a machine needs to work, what kind of code it requires is artificial intelligence. Okay, so it's as simple as that. As simple correlation is that without AI, all these robots or all these apps, all these things will go waste. AI is that much prominent now. We can find out AI being used in all these apps which you are using, either it's game app or either it's OTT platforms. Everywhere AI is there right now. Artificial intelligence is there. As of now, artificial intelligence is having more opportunities. But the thing is, what you should know is you should be learning these things from the point which you are right now. You should develop develop that curiosity. What is this AI everybody is talking about? To learn that, you should have good programming skills, which I talked about. And AI curriculum will be almost similar to computer science only, but there will be more project based works, project based course structure will be there in AI. Okay, so that is the main difference. And for computer science cyber security, this is also one of the topmost branches which are coming up, because today all your information, if I say your passwords, your emails, or your banking information, everything is online. Okay, how many security apps are there right now in your app store, or at least in your mobile, in your phone? Have you installed any security app which can control ads, which can monitor these things, how much data is going? This is vital today, because everything is online. We don't know who is accessing our data. Cyber security will play a huge role in the coming days. Today all of our lives are online. Whenever somebody is going to a restaurant, they will take a pic and they will upload in a restaurant feeling good. Likewise, everybody is updating their life online. Everybody is showcasing themselves. They are putting their bank data. Some people save their passwords. Even I do that. I save some of my passwords online. So then, is the are these things are secure or not? We don't know. Who will be accessing it? We don't know. Somebody can access it easily, because a good hacker can access my passwords and all. But I don't think there will be something coming out good. But the thing is, cyber security matters. If I am an individual, I won't be worried about my cyber credentials, because I don't deal with huge crores or lakhs of money. But when it comes to banks, when it comes to a portal like, of course, the IRCTC portal, of course, all of you might have used this portal to book a train. That is one of the most visited website almost in the world, I think I can say. IRCTC website, which we use to book trains. Okay, most used website, I think. And SBI online banking, all these banking sites, these things require huge security, level by level security, because we don't know the hackers today. The people who snatch or who rob can be physical, but in the coming days, people will start robbing in an online mode. They can take your money, they can snatch your money online. So cyber security will play a huge role in the coming days. These are two branches or two specializations available in Amrita. We are offering these two branches which you can look up to. Course structure will be similar to computer science, but there will be more in-depth knowledge given to you in AI and cyber security. Let's go to the next branch, is automation and robotics engineering. This is also similar to AI, but the thing is, you will be dealing mostly with mechanical engineering. mechanical subject to concepts also, like you need to understand and get expertise on various aspects, because you see robots in farming, you see robots in healthcare, you see robots in stock, or stocks and debentures, you see robots in household. These kind of developments is there. You would require a lot more skills. Okay, so if you really interested in robotics, you need to have an idea about each and every domain. It's not only one domain, because robots or automation is required in every sector today. Because of the pandemic, a lot of industries, because your teachers have adapted teaching online, they have adapted teaching online, they are giving classes online, you are listening to classes online. When an industry, a manufacturing industry or a car manufacturing industry got affected due to COVID, because government is not allowing people to go and do their work because of this COVID. What industries will think, why I should pay these people, why can't I automate this? A car manufacturing unit should be automated, every process. It's easy only, I mean, it's not that easy, but it's in the process. Now everything is getting automated. Now people are thinking about automating this e-commerce delivery or food delivery. Likewise, automation and robotics will also have a huge scope in the coming days. This is also one of the new branch which you have introduced in Amrita, but you need to have the scope, understand the scope. It has more knowledge. You need to have more knowledge in each and every sector, because you are not confined to one department. You are developing robots for only one sector. So if you are joining this branch, so you should be having ample knowledge about all the sectors that we will be giving you during our course structures. Because you see, automation and robotics involves electric vehicles. You see Tesla, so comes under this sector only. Our India, Tesla is investing, and Tesla is coming up in India, so there will be scope for these people also. Main thing is, if you are really interested in this, you should have good knowledge in mathematics, because for all the engineering subjects, people think, except for chemical engineering, remaining all, you require good mathematics skills. People tend to ignore this. People think I am reading only maths until my 10th and 12th. Afterwards, I will be leaving my maths. But mathematical fundamental knowledge is very much required if you are in engineering sector. Okay. And as I told, as an automation and robotics engineer, you are there to solve all the multidisciplinary problems, not only one problem. Every sector's problem you can rectify it using this. Okay, so you need to be more creative, you need to be more confident, and you need to feel responsible also, and own that problem, come up with a different solution. Okay, so all these things we will be upgrading you. This is one more branch which I want to talk about. Next coming is mechanical engineer. I know a lot of people think mechanical engineers means they are the backbenchers, they won't study, and then there is nothing to study and all, but it is one of the oldest discipline. And these people actually deals with material sciences, design, manufacturing, or mechanical systems and all. So it's a very broad engineering discipline. People think mechanical engineering means only working with machines and all, but they have concept related to mechanics, kinematics, structural analysis, thermodynamics. These people work from what we say aerospace subjects will be there, ocean engineering subjects will be there for a mechanical engineer, civil engineering subjects will be there. So it's kind of a multidisciplinary group mechanical engineering means, because these people will be dealing or getting into lot more spectrum of opportunities. A mechanical engineer can get placed into naval also, I mean naval navy industry also, or a mechanical engineer can get placed into this turbo machinery means the thing is airplane sector, airplane manufacturing like Boeing kind of companies. Or a mechanical engineer can get placed into automobile manufacturing. People only think automobile engineering was only mechanical engineering. It's not like that. So they can deal with a lot more things, mechanical engineers. These people are like that. So I will be asking you one question before this session ends. So, and keep your answers ready. I just want to say, how many engineers are required to develop a smartphone? So, and you can name them. How many engineers are required? You just don't type one by one answer. Just list out the names of the engineers who are involved in developing a smartphone. Okay. So please list out this and post it in the chat box. How many, like electrical engineering is involved, computer science is involved, mechanical is involved, automobile engineer. That should be your answer. Please post it in the chat box. I will be giving you the proper answer. How many engineers are required to develop a smartphone? Okay, and to develop means from scratch. Okay, from scratch. There is nothing, from nothing you want a smartphone. How many engineers will be there? Okay, and this candidate pursuing mechanical engineering can pursue MTech also, and they can get into specializations like automotive, robotics, manufacturing, fluid mechanics, thermal science, material science, etc. So what is the basic course structure? As I told you, major course structure in mechanical engineering dealing with uh, all the things, fluid mechanics, turbo machinery, because you can work in, as I said, naval industry, or you can work in this airplane manufacturing industry, or aeronautical industry, or you can work in industry sector or manufacturing sector and all. So this is the course structure. You can work on IC engines, refrigeration and cooling. Refrigeration and cooling is one of the biggest thing actually, because people doesn't know the impact of refrigeration of cooling. People think refrigeration and cooling means only our ACs and what we say, the coolers which we use, or the fridges. But you don't know there will be a ship containers with whole ship is a refrigerator, with having a refrigeration system. Okay, so the thing is, these things you should be understanding is who will be developing these things is mechanical engineering people. Okay, so this is the basic course structure. Main thing is, what are the career options in mechanical engineering? So it's a broad discipline. So you can work in, as I said, automobile sector, or you can work in construction sector, or you can work in steel and iron manufacturing sector, and you can work you can work in designing, you can work in analysis sector and all. So all these things are possible. You can opt for either services in engineering, or you can opt for in private sector also. Both are possible for you. So as a mechanical engineer, main thing the companies you can get into is, as a mechanical engineer, you can get into the DRDO. I don't know how many people know about DRDO. It's a government organization and all. So, and ABB, Indian Railways, Tata Motors, Reliance Industries, Ashok Leyland, Reliance Power Limited, Mahindra and Mahindra. Okay, so these are the things which you will be working on, or which these are the opportunities which you are having. The next part is civil engineering. So civil engineering, people think there are no opportunities, but I can say this is the oldest discipline which is there from the point we have constructed pyramids. Okay, the people who gave or who constructed pyramids, people think it's labors. A person who is having good knowledge about these things only constructed it, and it is one of the oldest discipline. People who made Taj Mahal is also a civil engineer, right? Okay, so engineering is an evergreen discipline. Okay, wherever you go, everybody wants to have a new home. And being a developing country like India, we have huge scope of infrastructure. We doesn't have good infrastructure like the developed countries like UK, US, Japan and all. We have continuous requirement of civil engineers. People, we require good roads, we require skyscrapers. We don't have, we require good railroads, we require lot of metro stations, we require underground railroads. Huge scope is there in civil engineering, which people doesn't know and doesn't even realize. People only get back at those branches where the hype is there, but they doesn't understand the need. But the thing is, for civil engineers, the first 1 or 2 years is a struggle, because the amount of load will be more in the civil engineering post. But once you got through that stage, you will be earning way more than an actual software engineer. So civil engineers people, you should pay a lot more attention if you are going under this, because you can get into either planning, designing, construction, maintenance, or operation of infrastructure. Everything is possible. Okay, and various institutes offer this civil engineering. You can either join BTech, or either you can join MTech. So in this civil engineering, or you can get into PhD also in particular specializations like structural engineering, bridge engineering, hydraulic engineering, transportation engineering, environment engineering. All these things are possible for you. Okay, so what kind of core structures will be there for civil engineering? We'll be dealing with hydraulics. I don't know how many people know about this hydraulics. Before, hydraulics are an unknown things, but right now for heavy vehicles, all the brakes are hydraulics. Okay, and transport engineering, you can know, because if you know all the dam system, because how these dams gates work, because before we used to rotate a chain to lift the gate of a dam. Okay, but it's manual power only required now. Because of the hydraulics, if you just switch it on with the water pressure or with the air pressure, so automatically the gates are lifted. That kind of innovations happened using hydraulics. Okay, and structural analysis, solid mechanics, transportation engineering, design of RC structures, water and wastewater engineering, elements of surveying. All these things are possible today in civil engineering. Okay, so these are the courses. And what are the career options? Usually people think civil engineers will have less opportunities, but the thing is, if you are having good scores or if you are having good ample knowledge, you can either get into government organizations, or you can work as work in big firms. There are lots of big construction firms either abroad or in India, so you don't know about it. So it's called PWD is there. So, and or you can work in defense forces, or you can work in municipal bodies, or you can work as a consultant also. That kind of facility is there for civil engineers. So you need to look civil engineering in a different way. So do not think that civil engineering is a minimal thing or doesn't have more opportunities. These people are having more opportunities these days. Okay, and what kind of companies? These are very big companies. So you can work in Larsen and Taubo or Engineers Private Limited and PWD, Indian Railways, DRDO, so DLF. All of you know about the IT parks, right? Who constructed these things? So we are getting lots of IT parks these days, or we are getting lots of skyscrapers. Who are doing it? Who are getting the contracts? The civil engineers only, right? So you are seeing the infrastructure development which is happening around you. Before 10 years we don't have this flyovers and all. Now we are having flyovers. Who is getting those things? Civil engineers only. But the thing is, you should be having that ability to overcome your hurdles. Okay, people think branch makes the difference. It's completely wrong. It's entirely dependent on you. Whatever branch you are studying, until unless you are not giving your 100%, you won't succeed. Okay, whatever branch, whatever group you choose, it's entirely up to you. You need to have passion, you need to have that determination, you need to have that skills required to overcome, you need to have that dedication to overcome the problems. Otherwise it will be hard. Okay, because today you have your parents, or you have your teachers forcing you to study, or they are forcing you to sit and do the or complete the homework and all. But when you come to the UG system, when you come to these branches, there won't be anybody forcing you. If you're studying well, you'll get good grades, you'll get good placements. Okay, it's as simple as that. It entirely dependent on you once you come into UG. Okay, and the next branch is electronics and communication. This discipline deals with a small powered devices, because people tend to confuse the difference between electronics engineer or an electrical engineer is the amount of power. Suppose the amount of power a laptop requires is different to the amount of power a fan requires. So laptop is an electronic instrument, a fan is an electrical instrument. Okay, that's the difference. Because if you, even if you touch the charger of this laptop, you won't get a shock. But if you touch the connection of that fan, you will get a shock, electric shock. Okay, the amount of power varies. So these electronic systems require less power to work, and these things are more effective today. Every one of us are using an electronic system. Almost in your home there are 6 electronic devices, or some people are having 12, because smartphones, smart fridges, and some people are having smart houses also. So okay, so usually these people, electronics and communication engineering people, deals with circuits, integrated circuits, like computers, mobile players, TVs, fridges, all these things comes under electronic devices and all. Okay, so or as a communication engineer, you can get into optical fibers and all. So all the internet connectivity, networks and all, communication engineer also deals with signals and system and all. And what kind of things you should be learning in this course structure as an electronics engineering is, main thing is you will be dealing about microprocessors and embedded systems. So what is meant by these things and all, I know you might be confused a bit about looking at these all these things. I will give a brief about it. I hope all of you know the difference, at least because you are a 12th class student. All of you know the difference between an analog watch and a digital watch. Analog watch means the pointer will be rotating itself. A digital watch means the countdown will be shown on the watch. Likewise, analog communication is different and digital communication is different. The mode of signals will be different in both. And signals and systems are one thing, and VLSI, very large scale integrated. Chip designing is one of the most prominent industries these days because we require chips. If today you are using a smartphone of 10,000, you want high end processor of RAM and everything in your smartphone. And because how that can happen is if you have a better chip. We saw Intel I mean, if you anybody know about computers, they know what kind of cores they are using. If you look at our computers, you are using I have a Intel Core 2 Duo or Intel i3. All these things are there as of now. So likewise, you should have an understanding. I don't know how many people are understanding it, but don't worry if you are not understanding it. Just for a basic awareness for you, what kind of code structure will be there. Okay, digital signal processing and communication systems will be there, antennas and propagation and all. So these kind of code structure, mainly you will get to understand how an electronic system works, how the circuit board in an electronic system will be, how you can design it, or how much power is required, how much efficiency you can get from this circuit, whatever electronic board circuit. Of course, if you have removed any small electronic instrument and you can see a green circuit board. So who develops those things? And electronics and communication engineering people only. So usually you will be dealing with those kind of innovations and all as an electronics and communication engineering person. Okay, what kind of career options are there today? Electronic instruments are not only used in houses, they are used in hospitals, in hospital diagnostics, because today a BP checking monitor or a sugar checking monitor, I mean diabetes checking monitor is used. A lot of diagnostic equipments are used in hospitals. Or television industry you can work in, or consumer electronics. There are lots of consumer electronics, smartwatches. These things are electronics only. So, and you can work on cable systems, mobile phones, or satellite designing. So all these things you can work on. But the thing is, main thing you should be doing is you can be getting placed, or you can come up with a new innovation by yourself also. You can be working in BHEL also, Bharat Electronics Limited. So it's a government organization, or you can work in companies like Intel, IBM, Texas Instruments, or Samsung Electronics, Toshiba, Sony, Philips Semiconductors. So these are some of the companies. These are not only the companies I have just mentioned, to give you an idea what kind of companies you might get placed if you're studying this kind of engineering. Okay, so what is electrical engineering? As I told, electronics engineering means you will be dealing with a small powered instruments. So the next one is electrical engineering. So electrical engineering means you will be dealing with the instruments where high energy or high power is required, like transformers, thermal power stations, where we distribute the power and all. So that kind of power you will be working with. So you can work on control systems also. Like what kind of core structure you will be doing is power systems, like electric machines or generators, high power generators, or electricity generating turbines. All these things as an electrical engineer you can work on. Or semiconductor devices, fiber optics, microprocessors, DC machines and transformers. All these things you can work on as an electrical engineer. So both are similar, but the thing is only difference is you will be dealing with high powered things in electrical, and less power thing in electronics and all. So 1 minute, I think. Let me reshare the presentation. Sorry. Okay, that is for electrical engineering. So next I will be discussing about. So these are some of the companies which hire electrical engineers also. I know if you see any thermal power stations there, the people who maintain that thermal power stations are the electrical engineer, or the people who works in Reliance Power Limited or Bajaj International, like BHEL also have electrical engineers assignments. So these are some of the companies. Crompton Greaves, you saw this Crompton electrical instruments and all. So all these things. The next branch we will be discussing about is aeronautical engineering. Aeronautical engineering is mainly, people will be thinking, what is the difference between aeronautical and aerospace? There is not much of a difference, but almost core structure will be similar only. So usually a lot more people think both are different. Some people call it aerospace, some people call it aeronautical. Core structure will be almost similar in both these things. If you are working in aeronautical engineering, maybe you might be developing or coming up with a new spacecraft or new satellite, or you might be working on a new design for an aeroplane, or how it works, or increasing the efficiency of how they work and all. So all these things you can work, but predominantly the core structure relates to mechanical engineering. Okay, some added subjects will be there, like aerodynamics or something. So but predominant subjects will be, that's why I told mechanical engineers can work as an aeronautical engineer if they have 1 or 2 more courses as optional elective courses. Okay, so but what kind of courses? As I told, they will be dealing with aerodynamics, aircraft design, space flight mechanics, thermodynamics and propulsion, because fluid mechanics we saw in mechanical engineering also. Okay, and aerospace propulsion, flight mechanics, aircraft propulsion. These are the major courses you will be dealing with in aeronautical engineering. I know a lot of people are hugely interested in aeronautical also these days, because a lot more opportunities are there. Today in our country, there is a huge shift, and a lot more people are using aircraft these days to travel. And I don't know how many people know our Air India now is privatized. Tata have bought Air India. How many people know this? Air India is purchased by Tata. Okay, only 10 people, 25, 30. Okay, okay, because now we don't have a government airlines. Everything is, we all the things we will be having from the coming month is private airlines. That's a good thing. That's a good thing, and that's a bad thing. Now Tata is having way more airplanes. I mean, the commercial airplanes I'm talking about. So the commercial airplanes of Tata is, I think, Vistara, Air Asia and Air India now. So Ratan Tata is now having 3 airlines. So he's a very good entrepreneur, which all of you should learn more about him. Once you get free time, just read about his biography and where all he's invested in. Because right now Tata is having actually saying his investments carry from healthcare to automobile or to home. We use salt also, Tata salt. So that kind of investments he has made. So it's a very good person if you learn, or if you get inspired from. So he doesn't left any sector. Every sector now we are using Tata product. Okay. So that's what you should know. Even you don't know, I think Tata is having some portals also. So okay, you don't know, if you came to know what kind of portals they are controlling, you will be in shock. Okay, what Tatas are owning. Okay, and the career prospects of aeronautical engineering, as I told, you can work in mostly, usually the government organizations recruit these people. Why government organizations? Because there is a huge requirement for our country in this aeronautical engineering. A lot more people who can come up with new ideas and all, and we require a lot more people, because our airspace is lot more is there, and a lot more requirements or innovations are there for our aircrafts, because we are purchasing aircrafts from other countries. If you can come up with new designs and all. That will be very good. New systems and all, that will be good. So more career prospects are there now, because since it's privatized, nice pay packages will be there, and you can work in international airlines, commercial designs or manufacturing like Boeing and all. And popular companies which I told about is Civil Aviation Department, Aeronautical Development Agency, and National Aerospace. Because as I told, a lot of things are government organizations, and a lot more research oriented jobs are there. A lot more commercial airlines, development, manufacturing jobs are also there. The next group which I want to talk about is chemical engineering. So people think chemical engineering is almost an ignored group. I'll say one thing: the people who are earning more today during the pandemic are chemical engineers, because chemical engineers can work in drug designs and all. So people who are manufacturing these pharmaceuticals are working as a chemical engineering in petroleum refineries. I hope you know this petrol rates have been increased, and the pharmacy intake has increased and all. So means we are all consuming a lot more, or we are self-aware of our health. So pharmaceutical industry boomed during this pandemic. Chemical engineers are the people who design these drugs and process these chemicals. So whatever we are using today, either it's an food, or either it's a ceramic, or either it's petrol, so all these things are processed by a chemical engineer these days. So chemical engineers also having uh, mm, huge opportunities. So I just want to ask you one question. So where a chemical engineer is involved in manufacturing a smartphone? If please tell me, please type only one word answer. I just want all of you to answer where a chemical engineer is involved while manufacturing a smartphone. So the next one is, what are the major core structures? So the core structures will be, you can deal with organic chemistry, so chemical reactions engineering, so fundamentals of heat and mass transfer, numerical methods, pharmaceutical technology, process fluid mechanics, process dynamics and control, process instrumentation, process equipment design. So these are some of the courses which you will be getting in chemical engineering. In chemical engineering, there are companies abroad also. You can work in plastics industry, you can work in tire manufacturing industry, you can work in food industry, or you can work in petrochemical industry. Lots of sectors you can work in, or you can work in healthcare industry, healthcare industry and all. Or people can get into consultancy jobs also. I mean, you can work in lot more projects as a freelancer, as a chemical engineer also. And what kind of companies are there? Huge companies, very big companies are there. And once you enter these companies, almost your life will be set. ONGC will take chemical engineers, SR Oil Limited, all oil companies will concentrate, because people, oil companies are very rich and they are funded very well. So if you are getting into chemical engineering, you can work in petrochemical industry also. Okay, so this, or you can work in fertilizer industry or gas industries. So these are all very rich industries, and you can work, get opportunities in this also. Okay, with this, I think I will be closing my brief intro to engineering branches, because I can't discuss about all the branches. If time permits, I will meet with all of you again and discuss, because I want to interact with you more. I want to see how many people posted this chemical.
So, sir, I think I can interfere here, and there are a lot of students who have posted questions in the chat box.
Okay.
So I think I'll read out the questions.
Okay.
So the first one is, students are asking about the difference between BE and BTech.
So BE and BTech, there is nothing much difference, because some colleges they offer it as Bachelor of Engineering, some colleges they will offer it as Bachelor of Technology. Why the difference is there? Because so usually the traditional way it's Bachelor of Engineering, where there is less technology was there, and not more application oriented teaching is there. If you see, all the colleges today offer BTech, because we are including new technology based curriculum. So whatever the current industry requirements, so that kind of experiential learning is there in BTech. It's technology based, and more experiential learning will be there in BTech. BE is more theoretical and fundamental, if you can say. So a lot more colleges offer BE and BTech, but as far as you're concerned, BTech will have more updated curriculum. So that's what I can say.
So one student is asking about, can you speak something more on industrial engineering?
Industrial engineering. Yeah, I can give you more insights about industrial engineering. That's what I said. For industrial engineering, the students, the course curriculum will be predominantly having mechanical engineering subjects only. But main thing is they will be having more case studies, and 1 year usually they will be having 1 semester, they will be having uh, intern, pakka, I think, industrial engineering people, because they need to get intern in one company for sure. So that is what we used to have in IITs, but I will be giving you more insights regarding this. But for industrial engineering, main course curriculum will be in developing that industry, or coming up with new designs, or coming up with new inventory in the sense the machines that can help that industry. Either it's a manufacturing industry, or either it's a either it's a designing industry, or either it's a management industry. You need to have an idea how these things work, how the process flow will happen, and what kind of innovations can happen to make this all work, or come up with good efficiency and all. So that will be a course curriculum. I'm saying it will be predominantly having mechanical engineering stuff only.
So, sir, students are also asking about the biomedical or biotechnology courses.
Yes, as of now, biomedical and biotechnology courses, I think I forgot to include it in my slide. Biotechnology today also having huge opportunities, because these people are the current people who have presence, or who got their presence either in technology as well as healthcare. Okay, so the equipment which we see today, the ventilators or the hospital equipment, or the current advancements in genome synthesis, or current advancements in all other things, are coming up with, or came into limelight by these biotechnology people. Either you can work in agriculture industry also, or other things. Biotechnology people can work in lot more industries. They can work in healthcare, they can work in agriculture, and they can work in technology also. That's what I'm saying. But predominantly more opportunities for these people will be there in healthcare. These people's course structures will be having mostly from chemical engineering half, and some courses related to biology and synthesis, but technology also will be there in that. Okay.
So, sir, another question is, if I choose engineering as a career, will there be any government jobs that I can apply for?
See, that's what I am saying. So do not think about jobs before even entering. You can think about government jobs. See, what is a government job? Is just a job, right? You want to have a better future, secured life. I know it's everybody today is aiming to have economically viable and secure life, but government job you will be getting only after writing good competitive exams. Today, for every job, there is huge competition. Engineering, if you study particular branch only, then you will be getting government job, means everybody will be behind that. Okay, there is no branch like that where you will be take, if you take that up, you will get a government job. But as an engineer, you can get into government jobs, because people doesn't know this, because our country will have some engineers, right? In railway there will be government engineers, in telephone department there will be government engineers. How to get into these things is, there will be a competitive exams after you have completed your btech, or you are in final year. You can write one competitive exam called IES. It's called Indian Engineering Services. Okay, with this you can enter whatever engineering career you are in, I mean engineering branch you are in. Either you are a chemical engineer, or either you are a mechanical engineer, either you are an electronics engineer, or either you are a computer engineer. Whatever engineer you are, you can write your subject specific IES test, Indian Engineering Services exam. So through that exam our government will take engineers, because today army we require a communications engineer. How army will take that? Through this exam. And in our railways we require a civil engineer. How Indian government will take that? Through this IES exam. There is an opportunity for all engineering graduates to get a government job, that is IES, but you need to complete this branch, your UG, to write that exam, or in final year you can write that exam.
Okay, sir. Another question is, students are asking about is BTech or integrated MTech BTech? That is fine. So which one to do or which one is better?
It's as simple as that, because some people think I want to do a job after 4 years. Some people think it's okay, I have still time, because we need to think about our parents also, how much they can invest, and how much they can spend their time without us, or giving them, we need to give them rest after some time, right? So I don't know, all of us might not be having that compatibility. It's up to you. So you can choose whatever group, but the thing is, if you complete MTech, automatically you will be having more value than BTech people, because you are having master's degree also. So you can choose integrated also if you have an option, or a facility to study. So I suggest choose integrated. But if you don't have time, means choose BTech.
So students are asking about BCA courses. Can BCA be equivalent to BTech, or so what will be
No,
the difference?
Bachelor of Computer Applications is not equal to BTech, because it's a normal degree course, 3-year course, where the dose of technology usage or experiential learning will be less, because we will be learning mostly about theoretical things or fundamental things in BCA. But here in BTech, it will be completely different. The course curriculum is entirely different, where it will make you understand the real life scenario, because the BCA curriculum will be older than BTech. The BTech curriculum will change according to the industry needs usually. So BCA, it's a traditional curriculum which nobody will change usually as fast as BTech. So I suggest take BTech over BCA.
So, sir, one more question. Students are asking about EEE, the application and all those processes. So, can you please give a brief idea?
Yeah, so students, I'm showing one slide here. Of course, you can see amrita.edu/btech. So the thing is, if you want to apply, if you are already applied, so I think you know this website. Everything will be there in this website, in the information about seats, the information about fees, the information about programs offered, and how to apply. Everything is there in this website. And do not listen to others. If you want any information, just visit the website and call only the number mentioned in the website if you want correct information. Okay, and the application process is completely online. Okay, and the exam mode, as of now, it will be in CBT mode. So CBT mode means you need to go to a center and write the exam, and 2.5 hours is the exam, and 100 questions will be there. And the thing is, all this process is completely friendly to you. Whenever you face a problem, you can call us. And the thing is, you can write AEEE exam, you can write a JEE exam, you can write SAT exam, or you can write POE exam. What are these exams? Of course, you know AEEE. It is conducted by us. It's Amrita Engineering Entrance Exam. The second exam is JEE, so Joint Engineering Entrance Exam, which is conducted by IITs. So that exam you can write. That score also we will accept. Or SAT, that score also we will accept. Or PUE, Pearson undergraduate exam. These 4 exams you can write, you can apply. If you haven't applied for those things now, you can log into our application portal and add these exams also now. So that option is also there. If you haven't uploaded your documents, don't worry, because all of you might be studying 12th standard right now. And if you want to update your marks, you can log in again and update your marks during the counseling process. And main thing is, don't worry about the problems you are facing. So there is a toll-free number mentioned in the website. Call that number if you are facing any problem, or mail your queries to the email ID mentioned there.
And one more thing, how many attempts will be there for EEE this year? Students are asking about that also.
Students, I think there will be 2 phases of AEEE will be there. So one will be in March, and the second phase will be in May. So in these 2 phases, you can write AEEE exam. So if you miss the exam in March, you can write it in May. But you wrote the exam in March and you are not satisfied with your marks, you can pay a nominal fee and write the exam again in May also. So best of 2 will be considered if you write 2 exams. Okay, so or if you write 1 exam, that exam score will be considered. So AEEE exams, it will be conducted in only 2 phases this time.
So all the students who are asking about different courses in Amrita, about the fee structure, application fee, and all those details, you can just visit our website. I have posted the website in our chat box. So, and we have the YouTube channel Amrita Vishwa Vidyapeetham. You can also go there and visit it. So all the videos regarding the different courses, like someone has asked about agricultural and all those courses. So all the course details are there in our website itself. So just go and visit. And if you have any doubts, you can contact us.
Yes, I think I think some of the students have answered correctly regarding where chemical engineers are involved in manufacturing a smartphone. I think chemical engineers making chip, that's not in phones. So material used, I think Sridhar got it correct. Material used for semiconductors, that is correct. I think the batteries which you used in your smartphone or lithium ion based batteries are manufactured by a chemical engineer. People doesn't know this. People tend to ignore this usually. So chemical engineers is also playing a huge role in this technology world, because you don't know the industry that controls Apple, Samsung, whatever electronic industry is today is semiconductor industry. People doesn't even know. You know, Apple, Samsung both purchase the material required for the chip from the same company. Okay, that's called Taiwan Semiconductors. So I think people search about that company. It's a big company. People doesn't even know about the company. The people work there are mechanical engineers, chemical engineers. Lot more engineers work in that industry. Okay, that's a very good industry. Semiconductor industry is very huge. Actually, people doesn't know this. And going forward, we might be having more innovation in this industry also. Okay, I think with this, I will end this session. Lakshmi, is there anything to share?
Yeah. So just one more thing for the students. If you have any doubts, you can contact the toll-free number or you can mail us.